Something big swimming down this canal. National Wildlife Refuge. We're going to be riding on the Black Point Wildlife Drive today, but there is a visitor center that is open where you can stop and you can get information. Randy's over there getting some maps, but come in and take a look at the stuff that you're going to see while you're out on the drive. So the visitor center is easily found. I'll put a link to the address below. But join us today as we go on a Florida Jeep ride at the Black Point Wildlife Drive. Then we'll see where else we go. But this is going to be an absolutely stock-friendly, even car-friendly drive. This is one of those drives that's great to take your top down, take off your toys, and enjoy Florida's natural environment. Thanks for joining. Let's go. Well, we are with Randy. Not that Randy, but this Randy. And he's going to give us a little information about what places you can ride and what kind of wildlife we would see.
Well, good morning. Welcome to the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge. This is in all the Department of Interior, the third most biodiverse park in all the Department of Interior. It is an amazing area to explore and to get to know. But what we are known for is our two driving trails. The first one is Black Point Wildlife Drive. And in that 6.5 mile drive, it's a gravel road that's largely one way. Stop number 4 is going to be a parking lot, and there's a nature trail. And I want you to go down that nature trail, and there are 2 bird blinds. Go into that bird blind and just be quiet for about 10 minutes. Nature's going to forget about you, you don't exist, and all of a sudden things start happening in front of you. We have this beautiful little tricolored heron. It's got a reddish top, blue bottom, and this beautiful white chest. And when this bird goes ahead and looks for food, it is dancing on the waters, just looking for a school of minnows. And once it finds it, it will bring its wings over its head and create a shadow so it has a better shot at getting the minnows. All year long we have resident birds, roseate spoonbills, and pelicans, and herons, and hawks, and you just never know what you're going to find. And stop number 9 is at Cruikshank Trail. And there's a raised elevated platform there. Go up on that raised elevated platform, and you're going to find that there will be this immense grasslands. I want to have you go over the bridge, over the Haulover Canal, over to the other side, and cut back to the right. And here is the manatee observation deck. But if you go over to the left side, there's a little creek. And in that creek, the manatees like to go up in there and drink the little bit of fresh water that they can get out of there. Look for the signs for the Biolab Road. Biolab Road runs right alongside the Mosquito Lagoon. And here we feature shorebirds.
Thank you very much. And he doesn't have the English accent, but that's okay. Florida has its own narrators, and they don't have to be David Attenborough.
And let's thank the volunteers, because
both
Randy.
Mary and Randy are volunteers out here, and volunteer means that they're working for free.
Yes.
Yeah, and volunteering their time to help people enjoy Florida. Let's head out. Hey, one of the things that we do often is we do stop for snakes. And I just want to share with you really quick one of my favorite books on snakes. This is called Part 1, The Snakes. It's a handbook for reptiles and amphibians. I'll put a link below. This one has been used so much that literally the pages are falling out of it. But it's got a lot of really good pictures and identifications in it. It also has maps that'll tell you what counties you can find this species in. Because it's from probably the late 70s, the distribution is a little bit off because a lot of these species have migrated into new areas. But it's a great book, especially if you got kids. And if you live in Florida and you want to know what snakes are dangerous and what snakes are not, this is the book for you. In certain areas, you're allowed to stop and park. They prefer that you don't stop and block traffic on the main part of the roadway. But there are plenty of places to stop. And usually at those places, you'll find little signs and placards that will show you what type of wildlife you can expect to see in this area. They're saying ospreys here, eagles, otters, banded water snakes, anhingas, bobcats, alligators, and marsh rabbits. On this trip, not going to be showing the Jeep as much as we're showing you the wildlife that you're going to see and the nature that you're going to see. This is so stock friendly that a lowrider car could probably do it. Jeeping isn't just about trying to put your Jeep to the limits, but it's taking you out to places to see things that are incredible, different, and diverse. That is why we're here today, to enjoy Florida's nature. This is a salt marsh area, and it's got a wide array of different type of species of animals. I do have some recommendations to come out early in the morning because that's when more wildlife is out and about. If you can come during a weekday, it's a lot better because on Saturdays, there's constantly people coming up on you from behind, or you're constantly coming up on people in front of you. So weekdays are generally a lot less crowded, and you'll find yourself having a more enjoyable time to be able to stop and take photographs of the flowers. And now it's time for an episode of What Kind of Scat Is That with Matt. And this scat has remnants of fish bones still in it. Now, nothing goes to waste in nature. So while the scat has been dropped, ants have come along and they're harvesting everything that they can get out of that poop. This could be otter scat, or it could be raccoon scat. It says that the raccoon scat is firmer, but I'm not gonna poke my finger on that stuff and find out if it's firmer compared to the other stuff. But then again, that could have just been somebody walking their dog out here and let their dog poop out here. But I don't think that their dog would be eating fish. And since there's fish bones in that, the vertebrae of some little brim, if you know what kind of scat that is, and you can positively ID it, please comment below. Something big swimming down this canal. My guess is that that is a manatee. Where'd it go? No, it's coming right through here. It's right there. Look.
There's a manatee.
Oh, a manatee. Guys.
Throughout the wildlife area, there are these blinds that you can go into, and this is where you go and you sit for a few minutes and you can begin to hear the sound of nature. This is area 9, where there's an observation tower and bathrooms. Well, that's the Black Point Wildlife Drive in the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge. That's one of two areas where you can drive your vehicle through the salt marsh in the areas that are normally only accessible by boat.
Well, we have found Biolab Road.
Biolab Road is a short little loop and boat launch. George, this is where we used to go fishing. Now they have a nice road and boat launch out here. Biolab Road is a fee-based, just like Black Point. It's probably best to come either earlier in the morning or before they close. It's open from, I guess, sunrise to sunset, because that's your chance of seeing more wildlife. In the afternoons, you have a higher likely chance of seeing snakes crossing the road, but it is car friendly. So we're traveling right down the edge of the Mosquito Lagoon. Good place to go fishing for rainbow trout. Just got to find out what color lure or type of lure that they're biting, whether a spoon or topwater or diver, but whatever lure it is, whatever color it is. Once you find out, you're gonna have a fun time catching some. You can't keep certain sizes, so make sure you look that up. And I'm not sure whether there's a permit for that, but you do need a fishing license in order to fish for them. You just kind of wait out here. You find patches of where there's no vegetation, and you cast across it, and then as you're pulling it through that open area, the trout come out, hit your lure. Just be careful when you're taking the hook off. They got some teeth. Go this way where there's two-way traffic. That is the vehicle assembly building. Another thing that you can see from Biolab Road. It's going to take you right down the outskirts of Mosquito Lagoon. You're going to get views of the launch facilities, the assembly building. We saw a couple gators. You probably could stop and go fishing. So if you fish, bring your fishing pole, because there are plenty of places to stop. That water usually, temperature-wise, is pretty comfortable, so it's not much more than a couple feet deep, but if you want to float around in the water, just watch out for gators. We're going to explore a little trail right before Haulover Canal. Some of these little trails used to lead out to the lagoon, and this is where we go and park early in the morning to go fishing.
Some kind of water bugs. Not too sure what kind of seed that is, but it was in the dirt for a while, and here it is sprouting up.
Next up for us, we're going to pull on out the road and we might go over to Haulover Canal.
Manatee observation deck.
And they call that Haulover Canal. The reason why this is called Haulover Canal is because they would take their canoes and haul them over through the flat area to get into St. Augustine. So the name Haulover Canal stuck. There's two.
The one skin is really weird. It's not.
There's a tail sticking out of the ground. Nose is popping up. There's one over there. There's one by this side of the log. There's one on that side of the log. There was one over here earlier. Yeah, mother and calf. This is the manatee observation area. And it has lived up to its name with all the manatees that are here in this little teeny canal area by Haulover Canal. That's the coolest duck Jeep thing I've seen yet. And that was probably that really nice Jeep that was towing the jet ski. Thanks, guys. Well, that's our trail ride for today. Thank you for joining us. This has been a Florida Jeep Ride. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. We appreciate everybody that's done that. We want to hear from you. I'm Matt.
And I'm Randy.
And this has been a Florida Jeep Ride. We'll see you next trail.